Hello, cooks, foodies, blind people, and watchers. Welcome back to Cooking Without Looking. If you're new, my name is John, and welcome to my channel. So today we're going to make a simple thing. It's going to be grilled cheese, but that's just boring on its own. So we're going to make it the way I make it. So first, you want to take your skillet, and you want to turn your heat on. So I put it at about medium-high. That's probably the best place you want it. And while we're waiting for that to heat up, let's go ahead and put our sandwich together. So we start with just some cheese. Now, I like cheddar or Gouda, but I don't have any of that, so this is just gonna have to work. Then, take some sliced turkey. Now, this is deli smoked turkey. It's really good, if you can get it. There we go. Come on. Come on. There we go. All right. Place that on top of the cheese. Then we're gonna add a few things. So this is pesto, and I am gonna put a little bit of this on here. Actually, wait. So let me get a butter knife out of here. There it is. So dip it down in. Get yourself some pesto. And I'm going to spread it actually on top of this turkey. So let's just get that there. Okay, that's done. Now, close the pesto up. You always want to close everything up as you go. I'll move it out of the way for now. I've got this provolone cheese to put on top because I like mine with multiple types of cheese. You're free to do whatever you want, but I make it with multiple. So I'm gonna get this provolone open. Take a piece of it out of here. The problem is this stuff breaks apart pretty easily sometimes if you ain't careful. Okay. Provolone's good. Now we're gonna take some minced garlic. And you're just gonna wanna get a spoon and just dip it down in there. You only want a little bit. A little bit goes a long way. And again, you're free to not use any of this if you don't want to. Regular grilled cheese is just boring on its own, so I like to spice it up a little. Okay, that's enough garlic. Rinse my hands off because they're a little... Okay. Clean this off. Okay, so we close the garlic up. And lastly, the last thing we're going to be putting on here, I have some coarse brown mustard. Yep, that's good stuff. So I'm going to use a spoon to spread this. You can use a knife, but this is more of something I would use a spoon to spread. So just be careful how much you get on there. You don't want too much. This stuff goes a long way. And I'm gonna put that on this top piece of bread right here. So I'm gonna spread it with the spoon on the top piece of bread. All right, that's done. So let me clean my hands off. Don't want any cross-contamination. You don't want to make a mess. So clean as you go. All right. So I just put the sandwich together. And I don't think our skillet's quite ready yet, so let me go ahead and put the rest of this stuff away that I used, because I don't want to leave it out. So give me just a second to put this away. Put it all back in the fridge. There we go. And let me grab the turkey and the cheese, because I left them out. And put them away. Cool. So now our skillet should be ready. So let me get a spoon. Because I don't butter the bread. I actually just put the butter in the skillet, let it melt for a second, and then I just put the sandwich in the skillet. So yeah, that's hot enough. I can feel the heat over here. Let me open this butter up. And you can use any kind of, any type of high fat content thing. It doesn't have to be butter. You know, you can use olive oil is pretty good. I don't have any right now, but you can use that. Yeah, you hear that sizzle? That's what you want. So we're hearing that sizzle, and that's good. We want that. And that means give it just a second to spread out, and then it'll be ready for the sandwich. So, like I said, I know this is a very simple recipe, but that's fine. It's good if you have kids, you can make it for them. Kids love it. Adults love it too. It's good on cold days because winter's coming up. Put that down in there. It's good with soup. Personally, I like it with really any type of soup, honestly. And then I got my spatula right here. And as you guys saw with my French toast video, I use a rubber spatula for stuff like this. I find the metal ones just cut the bread too easily. Now, obviously, if you're using a cast iron skillet, you need a metal one, but I'm not using one of those. So, we're just using a simple rubber one. And we're going to give that a minute to cook on that side before we flip it. And you can use anything you want in this. I love deli turkey. It's a smoked deli turkey I get from Martin's. You can use chicken breast. I wouldn't recommend using a very thick piece of meat like bologna because it really just, I don't know, it kind of won't hold the sandwich together. So I wouldn't recommend bologna, but ham works fine. Turkey, chicken, any of that would work. But especially beef bologna, don't use that. I love beef bologna, but it doesn't work on this. So we're gonna wait just a little bit longer before we flip it. All right, let's go in here and check it. All right. Ooh. Uh-oh. Ooh. All right, flip it over. Yep, and the bread's nice and done on this side. Now that we flipped it, we just give it another, I would say anywhere between 30 and 45 seconds per side. It really depends on how high you have your skillet and how done you want your bread. Like, do you want it crunchy? Then I would say put it longer, almost a minute even. I wouldn't go all the way to a minute. You might burn your bread. But, yeah, see, that's nice and firm, but it gives. So we're just gonna wait a little bit longer. And let's get in here and take a look at it, shall we? So it did come apart just a little bit. The pieces of bread slid past each other just slightly, but it looks like it's fine. So let's put this on the plate. Now, never use either paper or styrofoam plates when you're doing stuff like this because I've done it in the past and it just melts right through the plate. I remember I put a grilled cheese on the plate one time and it just came right off. It came right through the plate. So, not a fun experience. Don't do it. Just use a regular plate. So, I'll give that a minute to cool off and then we're gonna try it. Actually, I think it's cool enough already. So, I'm sure you guys are curious to see how this turns out. See, when you have the multiple cheeses on there, it mixes together very well. And you've added some seasoning, so you've got your garlic, and it goes really well with your smoked turkey. And even the mustard. Yep, even the mustard plays a part. So, very simple recipe. It's really one I would recommend if you're just now learning how to cook, if you're just starting out, give it a try. But don't just keep it the way I've made it, make it your own. You can put all kinds of stuff on these. Now, there are other things I would recommend that you keep as far away from these as possible. But yeah, so if you're young, or if you've just never cooked and you want to start getting into it, I would recommend this recipe. Make it for your kids, like I said, and especially since winter's coming up, make it. So I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you enjoy videos about cooking, or if you're blind and you want to learn how to cook like me, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I've got more interesting recipes coming up soon. I just figured we'd start with some basics. So you're not going to want to miss what's coming next. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the bell notification so you can stay up to date with all the latest content. Once again, this is Cooking Without Looking, and I want to thank you guys for tuning in.